Hey everybody, it's Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome to 1 hour of Vorkath using the Dragon Hunter Crossbow. I recently uploaded hour of Vorkaths with the Osmunth's Fang and the Dragon Hunter Lance, so it is time to wrap this bad boy up with a range setup. I also recently did a video called I Got Rich with Vorkath, where I started with a rune crossbow, and I worked my way up to Dragon Hunter Crossbow, showing that you do not need max gear, nor a max range level to get kills. So for this video, I am going to be sending max range setup to get as many example kills as possible, plus the Wooks walking method is the same whether you have a rune, a dragon, or a Dragon Hunter crossbow. And of course, my full Vorkath guide is linked in the description as well. That's going to go over more of the ins and outs and like different gear setup options and whatnot for Vorkath. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and enjoy the hour, everyone. Alright, let's go over the gear setup real quick. I am rocking Fortified Masori rather than Void Armor. The Elite Void Armor would be a little bit better DPS than this Fortified Masori, but the Masori is giving me some good magic defense bonus, and I really only should be tanking magic attacks. I do have the Dazana's Quiver, which is an upgrade from the Ava's Assembler. Even the Ava's Accumulator, while you're trying to get a Vorkath's head for the Assembler, is going to be fine. The Quiver does give me 2 ammo slots, so I have my Ruby Dragon Bolts as well as a Rada's Blessing 4. A little extra prayer bonus from the blessing is nice, but it's not something that we're going to notice like just during this video. It's rather like over a lot of kills you'll use less prayer potions. I do have the Salve Amulet, which is enchanted and imbued. Imbuing it at like the Nightmare Zone or Soul Wars or somewhere, that makes it so it works with magic as well as range, and then enchanting it with the Tarn's Diary just makes it a little more powerful. This just gives me more accuracy and damage against undead monsters, which Vorkath is. We have the Dragon Hunter Crossbow and the Dragonfire Ward combo. I do have some Zarya Vambraces, and then Pegasian Boots and the Venator Ring. These last 2 items, they are best in slot for range, but they're kind of underwhelming for how expensive they are, so 2 of like your last upgrades that you should make right here. In the inventory, I do have Diamond Bolts to switch to when Vorkath is like 300 or less health. I have a Divine Ranging Potion, 2 sips of the Anti-Venom Plus, and the Extended Super Anti-Fire. I bring 2 sips because that's about how much I'll use per trip, and then this will free up Invi space for picking up loot. I have 3 full Super Restores, 2 Manta Rays, and a lot of Carom Wands. The Carom Wand's the main food, but if I need to combo eat, I have some Manta Rays as well. Carom Wands don't heal as much as Manta Rays, but they do give like 1 tick less of attack delay, so they're slightly more efficient, and we're not going to need like all this food. Our defense is fairly good. And then in the rune pouch, I have Law Runes, Air Runes, Chaos Runes, and Earth Runes. I could condense the Air and Earth into Dust Runes, but the Divine Pouch fits all of them. This is runes for Crumble Undead, as well as house teleports, which I have moved my house to Relica. When I teleport outside the house, we're fairly close to Vorkath. I could use the Fremenic Sea Boots as well, but I'm gonna opt with the inventory space. Have this be like a Carom Wand instead of some Sea Boots. Even if I have to like waste the Carom Wand dropping it on the ground or eating it when I didn't need to, just to grab some more loot, that's better than less loot. We want money. We want loot. We're going to go with the full hour is going to be based off of range XP, so when I start to gain some range XP, I'll put it up here on screen. Let's see, I did most of my Vorkath KC, or a lot of it, pre-collection log. That being said, I do only need the Skeletal Visage to finish my collection log, so fingers crossed. I'm going to sip the Divine Ranging Potion, and my quick prayers, let's see. Protect from missiles as well as Rigor, and we're good to go. Send it. Let's go ahead and sip the Anti-Venom and the Extended Super Anti-Fire. With Vorkath, that's like the only thing you have to do is the very first thing he did to me. I was about to say, Vorkath's a pretty chill boss where you don't have to do that much. Like, he turned off my prayers, so that's why we have quick prayers set up to the only 2 prayers that we're using is just click on the quick prayer orb whenever he uses that purple Dragonfire. Tanking the magic attacks, there's not much I can do about it. Oh, we're Wooks walking already. 1 sec. We're gonna need a couple Wooks walks before I can explain while doing. I need to get in a little rhythm. In general, the Wooks walk, like, slowed down explanation in my Vorkath guide might be better for you to just learn the basics of Wooks walking, but I'll count it out a couple times while we do it. So the main thing we need to do is like dodge these fireballs and deal with his special attacks. And then eat. Like, once you get into a little bit of a rhythm at Vorkath, you'll find that a pretty large portion of the fight is, like, kind of chill. Not very click intensive. He's doing damage, so it's hard to say chill. Like, he can hit you, but you don't really have to do much. Just click on your food and you're good to go. He has used a lot of these, like, fire bombs this time. Look at that. A lot of players, do fight Vorkath with their run energy just off. You'll notice that I turn it off when I go into the acid phase. It is a little simpler and probably better for beginners to just have your run energy off, but you do have to react to that like fire bomb that he's tossing up a little bit faster, so be aware of that. I should have switched to my diamond bolts significantly sooner than I did, and I also just stepped right on that acid. Oops. Alright, so your crossbow attacks every 5 ticks when on rapid. This will be, like, any crossbow that you use is the same speed. I guess no, the Sunlight Hunter's crossbow is faster, so I gotta be careful with that. But for Vorkath, the Rune, the Dragon, and the Dragon Hunter Crossbow are all 4-tick weapons. So Wook's walking with them is all the same strategy. You're trying to attack every 5 ticks. And with those 3 weapons, those 3 crossbows specifically, you can't reach them from the back row. So what happens is if you're standing on the back row and you try to attack, your guy will move forward while doing it. He'll move forward 2 squares if you're running, or 1 square if you're walking. That's important that he'll move forward because, like, you have to keep moving during that acid phase. So that's why you have to attack from the back row with that crossbow. If you're using an Arma crossbow or a Zarite crossbow in that moment, it doesn't work because they can reach from the back row, so you won't step forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's turn off that run for a sec. Holy cow, chill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. And I'm not even clicking on like every tick there, just kind of mostly like 1 is clicking on Vorkath and 2 is clicking back so that I continue to move and don't get hit by any of the acid. Now, the Wook's Walk definitely adds like a little bit of DPS for you. It's not like a huge deal. They cut damage in half during that phase because of Wook's walking. That was not a mechanic when the boss first came out, which is kind of funny. Shout out to Wook's for having them actually have to like update game mechanics because he's so good. The Wook's Walk is not necessary for making a lot of money at Vorkath. There's like no doubt you can go a lot of kills without actually Wook's walking and just make bank here. He's very consistent drops. You can still get pretty quick kills, especially with pretty solid gear. Even with pretty crap gear, you can still get some decent kills and upgrade to solid gear very quickly. That being said, the more Vorkath kills you do, eventually you probably want to try it. Not because you have to, but you might feel like, why not? I've been doing so many kills, why not give it a shot? A big thing is like kind of being ready for the acid attack as well. So it's every 7th attack Vorkath uses is one of his special attacks. And he's just alternating between the acid attack and the like the spawn that he tosses up. I have no inventory space. Alright, let's get back in there. Let's go ahead and count out the attacks here. There's his first. Second. There's 3. We'll start backing up a little. There's 4. 5, so in 2 attacks will be a spec. 6. This will be, we don't know which one yet. It looks like it is the Crumble Undead moment. So we know 7 attacks from right now is that acid attack, and we can kind of prepare for it. He'll only toss acid. Whoops. He'll toss it out randomly. The only guaranteed things about where he tosses the acid is he won't toss any in front of the exit, but he will toss them at your feet. So if you're standing in front of the exit, then he will. I'm gonna turn off my run, step back here a little without being on the back row though. I don't want to put any extra acid back there, and now we can step back and start counting to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. This is me when I'm doing Coliseum as well as a lot of counting to 5. Usually in my head, though. You don't like have to be tick perfect for it to have been worth. Just getting like an extra attack or 2 is kind of nice. And again, just walking it out. There's no shame in that. No shame. Ooh, the 62. Not really potted up at all because the Divine ran out. Okay, guy. It's alright, at least we're doing damage. 65. Kind of makes it hurt a little more. The 62 max hit before, and then actually potting up, hitting a 65, not a max hit. What have I been wasting? My potential. The Dragon Hunter Crossbow with ruby bolts, with dragon ruby bolts, ruby dragon, whatever the... They're really nice. They're really nice. They're good, to say the least. Alright. Munch some of this food. Torstal seed. Okay, guy. Still no envy space. What is going on? I am going to sip the super anti-fire. Looks like I was out of it anyways. And send another kill. Nice. I haven't been paying much attention to kill time. 143. It hasn't felt like it was anything crazy. Wait, 143. We got back-to-back 143s. What was the kill before it? 144? Very consistent. Okay. Down it. I heard a re there as well. It's kind of nice. You may have noticed I didn't bring a special attack weapon. The Bando's Godsword and the Elder Maul could both be kind of nice for lowering some defense. It's not a huge deal once you're at the Dragon Hunter Crossbow, but it does kind of help. The Zarite Crossbow can be really nice for hitting 110s every once in a while, but I just opted for just running Dragon Hunter Crossbow and some foods. Keep it simple, stupid, kinda. I don't think they put the K at the end of that one. Keep it simple, stupid, kinda. Turn off that run, son. You can turn off your overhead while doing this phase as well. He's not using any attacks that you can pray from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you start to get the rhythm down, is when it's easier to like kind of dodge a lot of the acid and aim your character as well. If you feel like there's just too much acid splattered around, pull it off. Like just always, you can always default to just being safe during that phase. It's good to that just diamond bolt proc for a 78 and it wasn't a max hit. It's good to try stuff out that's gonna be harder and like occasionally die and try to get better at the game is okay. That's okay to take risks. But overall, like if it's obvious you're just not gonna get through a situation if you go for something, like you're making less money by dying, so it's okay to be safe as well. Not bad. The Dragon Bolts. No Envy space because of these Rune Kite Shields. I'll go ahead and bank then. I'll go ahead and bank. A lot of blue D-hides on the ground. I mean, a blue D-hide at the moment. Let's hustle. 490 coins for a Karambwan, but definitely more, right? 1.8k, so worth switching out the Karambwans for him. Let's go ahead and bank. Not bad. I think it was only, yeah, 4 kill trip. Could have been 5, but just full on inventory space, which is fine. No problem. It definitely at first can feel like an easy spot to kind of critique or complain about Vorkath, how he fills up your inventory so quickly. But then you also think about it like, it's loot. Like he's filling up your inventory with things that are worth money. He's just doing it so quickly, it sucks. What do you mean? That's a good thing, dude. Oh, sweet. I have to go bank all this money? What a bummer. Alright. Got my stuff. Let's teleport outside the house. You can right-click, if you hadn't noticed, you can right-click on the cast, teleport to house, and do outside. You could also set up, I think I have my shift click for that, yeah. If you're using, like, RuneLight and you have menu entry swapper, you can hold shift and right-click on this, and then swap shift-click. I already have it set up where I swapped. If I hold down shift, it's just outside house, so I don't even have to bother right-clicking, because honestly, right-clicking, extremely difficult. Saves a lot of time to not make that occasional mistake where I teleport into the house. My goodness. Your house does have to load up a little bit, so I guess, I mean, it kind of saves you time, but sometimes it's just convenient to have a shift-click option. We sip to the Divine Ranging. We're kind of good on the Super Anti-Fire. And you don't have to, like, pre-sip the Anti-Venom necessarily. I definitely did last trip, now that I think about it. You could just sip the Anti-Venom once you get hit with the Venom attack, which is the green fireball. Ooh, 71 max hit on a normal hit. Insanity. So I have a pretty high Vorkath KC because I've done this a lot. 3,627. A good 3k plus of that. Like, the Dragon Hunter Crossbow was out, but definitely not the same max gear. I don't think we were hitting 71s quite. Maybe. I guess with Void, potentially, because Void pushes pretty hard. It's been a little bit. With the Flood's budget money-making account, we started with the Rune Crossbow and got up to Dragon Hunter Crossbow, but I didn't do enough to, like, get max range gear as well. We generally been just going to 100 mil in those videos. Just 100 mil? Yeah, it's still pretty nice money, but you're not getting, like, max range gear with that. Still, once you, even like Elite Void, Dragon Hunter Crossbow, and the Salve Amulet is insane. Salve Amulet, Elite Void, and the Rune Crossbow is going to get you some kills. Dragon's not a bad upgrade. The thing with Dragon, upgrading from Rune to Dragon Crossbow makes it so you can use Dragon Bolts. And as much as they are expensive, they are extremely worth using if you're fighting something that makes good money. You want to kill that thing faster, make some solid cash. They're not worth using for, like, you know, regular Slayer tasks. Might get one extra acid attack. Oh, I'm getting myself killed on that. We good. I turned my run off already. I was being a fool. I was going the wrong direction. Dude, Rune Kite Shields again? Could bring, you kind of could try to, like, squeeze in Alks. You just don't get them that often. But, what am I trying to think of? The Explorer's Ring's not a bad option for, like, the 1 NV space. Some Alks per day. It'd be nice if that was updated a little more, if you could put, like, more Alks into that. I feel like the Elite Lumbridge Diaries should let you just freaking store Alks into the Explorer's Ring. Come on. I also just hit a 69 a couple attacks ago. Nice. Now that's the real benefit. In general, melee Vorkath, I think, is a little more popular. There's similar GP an hour, max pace melee and max pace range. One of the big differences is melee doesn't use, like, ammo, so it costs less during the fight. The range still does some pretty thick damage. And I forgot why I brought that up. Oh, I think melee... Oh, I just hit another 69. I think melee is definitely more popular, but I already did a couple hour of melee vids. Oops. So I will be doing the Get Rich with Vorkath video, but with melee weapons instead of range. You gotta work on that. That won't be like right after this vid comes out. I haven't started that yet. We'll get on that. I have way more range kills than I have melee, but, like, for a while that was kind of their way to do it. It was like blowpipe and crossbow was the meta. Osmund's Fang wasn't a thing. Dragon Hunter Lance eventually became a thing, and it was nice. It was like now another option that was right up there, but I just stuck with ranging for a while. I like both, though. I like the fact that the boss has options. Not like you just need to wear this one setup. Good to go. Send. Whoops, I just got a bolt proc wearing the wrong bolts. So it would have been 100. Instead it was like a 17. It was a minus 83 damage right there. Also, like, I'm wearing max range gear, and we're already high level, to be fair, so it'd be a little lower, but like 80k range XP an hour while doing, like, bossing. To not have to choose between getting good range XP and making good money is nice, just with any combat stat. That is nice. So it's always a good idea to have higher combat stats. So doing things like Crabs or Nightmare Zone when you have, like, some AFK, like, kind of multitask time, like while you're watching a movie, you couldn't really do any bossing or Slayer, but you, like, I could send like 2 hours of Nightmare Zone. That is nice to get higher stats, and it is going to be better for your DPS, without a doubt. It's also kind of nice to be able to get to like 90 plus in your combat stats, so you're doing really good damage at that point. But then from there, start doing some bossing. You could start before that even if you wanted. But from there, doing a lot of bossing and getting your levels out of bossing kills, you could still get pretty good XP an hour. Max XP rates are not coming from bossing generally, but still pretty good XP an hour and make a lot of money. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Because, like, again, it's always better to have higher stats, but it's not like you can't kill the bosses in any sort of efficient way without having, like, max stats. It's fine. Then eventually you do get to max stats when you keep doing it. Are we going to have to bank immediately? What's going on? Send another? Yeah, a lot of alkables in the first 2 trips. Started with a hundo that time, at least. Back to back? We're gonna set the world record, dude. Oh, I hit a 0. Never mind. Mount. Divine Potion Sip. I feel like even like 50 to 60k XP an hour in your combat stats while making multiple mil GP an hour is like a really good combination. When you're trying to train like Nightmare Zone, faster pace, and then range and magic you can do, like bursting and Chinchampas, so those are a little different. But with kind of just like regular training, melee training, and like not multi combat stuff. I feel like 100k an hour is not quite a max, but like a fair max for just averaging out. Like a rounded max, I guess, is what I'm going for. So even if you like get like 60% of that pace, but you're just making bank, it's so nice. Stats can really carry. So can gear, combination of it. But a lot of the gear and weapons in the game, like the minimum level required to use that stuff is low enough. It's like, yeah, but by the time you would buy that weapon and want to use it, you probably should have better stats anyways to like make it be even better. I think that's going to be the end of the trip. Oh, definitely. Look at this inventory. What in the... eat up, dude. What do we... Take this. And I'll just bounce. So many Karen ones. Not bad, not bad. 2 trips. I think we're just getting 4 kills apiece because of the inventory space, but whatever. Oh no, dude, I gotta bank all this loot. That's how I feel with wilderness bosses as well. One sec, let's get through this. Oops, I'm putting potions away. I'm still getting used to the fact that I recently unlocked... Yeah, look at all these potions up here. Recently unlocked my potion storage, and I still end up putting potions away in like other tabs at random. Foolish. Send it. Oh, we need to put some loot away. Also had... Oh, these are all noted too. What are you doing, son? I feel like I'm missing an item. I'm not. Yeah, I think this was just a manta ray. I'm thinking it should be my spec weapon, but we ain't been bringing one. Alright, teleport outside the house. I don't even remember what I was saying. Good money here. I like it. Wilderness bosses, when you have to, like, bank your loot, because you don't have to, but the more kills you do without banking, the more you're risking, which is part of the fun. Anyways, though, like, people that are... When you first get into wildy bossing, it's definitely, like, super nerve-wracking that you could just die and lose your loot as well. So you probably bank more often than you have to. I definitely have heard a fair amount of not like full-on complaints, but people being like, yeah, it just kind of sucks to have to like bank so often. You're like, I can understand the base thought of that. Like on paper, yes. But also, the reason you're banking is not just because PKers could show up. It's because PKers could show up and you've gotten a lot of loot. Like, don't forget the good part of it. You have loot. And you're trying to bank it to make sure you keep it. It's good to bank loot. It's better than not getting any loot, right? But it's nice to be able to just camp a boss as well and not have to worry about it. Like, I think every boss, what a fool, dude, English. I think every boss has its pros and cons, without a doubt. Kind of one of the beauties of the game is there's a lot of different bosses, a lot of different mechanics for how they make you money, if it's consistent, or if it's based off of rare drops, if it's, you know, wildy bosses and whatnot, higher risk, lower risk, all sorts of things. It gives you a lot of different options for, like, what you like and what you don't like, as well as just not getting bored of it. If every boss was the same, and you just grinded out one boss, you did, like, a Vorkath pet hunt, took you right around the drop rate. Oops, I'm messing this up right now. Anyways, took you right around the drop rate to get your pet, and then you move on to the next boss, and it's just basically the same as Vorkath. Kinda... Alright, well, at least I know how to do it already. Grind that for a bunch of kills. I want to try something new. It's just the same as Vorkath. Like, the fact that there's a lot of different bosses is a good thing. No Vorkath. I haven't been doing any other bosses. Not cheating on you. It actually had been a while since I came back to Vorkath until I sent it on the budget account recently. I missed this bad boy. I had a Vorkath camping trip for a while. And it was only the skeletal visage that we needed, question mark? There it is. Adamant javelins. I mean, pretty close. Divine sip. Super anti-fire sip. Restore sip. Oh, bolt proc, the 40, minus 60 damage. If I had the ruby bolts on, it would have been a hundo. Oh, there it is. Still very satisfying. The triple digit hit. Oh, another one. It was when Chambers of Xeric came out. It's funny. I remember this like so vividly because like day 1.5 or so of Chambers of Xeric, I was like home and able to play it. Like that upcoming weekend, it's like updates are on like a Wednesday. So that upcoming weekend I was leaving town and I was able to like watch some streams of the raid, but not really do that much of it other than the first like day. So I just remember like that meme of like Squidward looking through the window at Patrick and SpongeBob having a good time. Just watching a bunch of other people do Chambers of Xeric. And I don't remember exactly who I was watching. I don't think it's somebody who like streams anymore. Dang. I want to shout him out so bad. I don't remember who it was. I'm just going to shout out the wrong person. Definitely somebody was streaming some raids and they were like, dude, I think we figured it out. They just had like, they had joined just a mass like Chambers of Xeric. There's like 50 people in there. This is day 3 or 4 of Chambies. People are still trying to figure it out. He's like, dude, ruby bolts. Ruby bolts get it done. These people were just hitting such ridiculous damage because it would scale up to like 50 people's worth of health. And then ruby bolts just do like 20% of the monster's remaining health. And that's when they added the 100 damage cap. They're like, all right. You can get 100 out of it, but other than that, nah. What's going on in here? Mahogany seed? Let's go ahead and drop. I think it's actually really cheap, huh? And the blue, the scaly blue hides are cheap as well. Oh my god, 500 coins? This is almost as much as the Cannonball. It's almost not worth picking up. Crazy. Terrible drop. Now we still had the bolts in that one. No, Manta Ray is not bad, not bad. Yeah, 96k. Count it. Very rarely a bad drop. You don't max out very much at Vorkath either. That's kind of the thing between like consistent bosses or bosses that have a rare expensive drop. The consistent bosses will be money each hour that you do it, but often in the long run, to get up to large sums of money, it's going to be better to go for those rarer drops that are worth like way too much. Chibos, it doesn't have to be a mega rare necessarily, but just expensive things. So something like Phantom Muspa, which has pretty consistent regular drops, and then the Venator Shard. That boss does great. We have the Skeletal Visage here, but it's so rare, and it's 17 mil. I mean, that's a nice bonus, but for how rare it is, I have 3,600 kills. I haven't gotten one, so it's not like that's not really game changing. Still cool though. I'd like to see a 17 mil drop. Pretty please. It makes it easier to start the boss on a budget though. Not that many bosses like don't break even with their regular loot. And in a lot of cases, it's just like, if you're learning a boss, you're probably eating too much food and like dying and like, you know, making mistakes very reasonably. And then it might cost you more to actually do the boss at first. A lot of bosses, if you're doing it like without dying, you're not using just a ton of supplies per kill. Even if they have crap regular drops, you tend to at least break even or profit slightly until you get the expensive thing. That's for like some of the worst ones. I want to say like Vardorvis is like, it's like a little bit of profit when you're fighting him fine until you get like the big stuff. Because there's a lot of like lava runes and shit, right? You're not really profiting off of that. Then like soul rune drops, adamant ore, like those other things add up to the supplies that you used. But that's kind of a pain. You don't have that much money to just be like breaking even during the grind. And then suddenly make 180 mil, I think is the Ultor Vestige right now. And like the math might add up where like if you did a different boss that was more consistent, on average you wouldn't have made 180 mil in the time that you average the Ultor. But at least like halfway through that time you would, oh, I could die there. That was a chanced hit. I'm not paying attention to him enough. At least like halfway to the drop rate of a rare item you would have still made some good profit. I also just used one extra attack there. I didn't click on some food or on the ground. Do I have auto-retaliate on? I don't. So I kept attacking Vorkath as he spawned that undead thrall or whatever. Then I used one more range attack right before I tried to attack the thrall, so it took forever for my crumble undead spell to come out. That's a me problem. Just clicking on the ground real quick as he spawns, as he uses like the white flame is a good option for that. I usually just use that opportunity to eat. It's kind of like one of the free eating moments. Eating food slows your attacks down a little bit. The Karam one by 2 ticks. Normal food usually by 3 ticks, which makes a difference over the course of an inventory of food for sure. So times where you needed to stop attacking for a moment anyways, and you can kind of squeeze the extra food in. It's kind of nice. Alright, I'm venomed and I don't have any more anti-venom. Probably should get out of here. Still 4 kills? Yeah, dude. The inventory filling up. Give me stuffs. Let's go. Not bad, though. Not bad. 25 to 30 kills an hour at Vorkath is very, very solid money. Like, just even 10 to 15 kills an hour. If you're rocking gear that gets you 10 to 15 kills an hour, you're probably, like, doubling your bank in a couple of days. Like, it's... Other than that, like, once you've made good money and you're doing, like, the 25 to 30 kills an hour, it doesn't max out to where you're, like, doubling your bank anymore, but it's very solid cash. Even, I mean, you get, like, 100k plus per kill, 10 kills an hour. If you're rocking gear that costs 1 or 2 mil, and then you're making, like, 1 or 2 mil an hour, it's a pretty good return rate. We good to go? Right about halfway through the hour? Kinda. A little bit less, a little bit less. And I'm at 12 kills, so closer to 25 kills at the moment per hour. I think the 5 kills per inventory would be good for me instead of 4. I don't know about you. Banking less. Always good. It's not too bad of a bank trip, though. It's mostly been, like, another 3 rune longswords there. It's been a lot of alks. Needed to send the Explorer's Ring. I'm telling you, the moment I bring the Explorer's Ring, no alks. Alkless, as they say. Let's sip the Divine Ranging, put on the Ruby Bolts. And send it. And sip this Anti-Fire as well. Hit a 68, so close to the Promised Lands. Oh. We got a special attack coming in hot soon. Step back as I see him using it. It's the White Flame. Spam click the ground, go and crumble undead. You can use like a Slayer Staff to crumble undead as well. You may notice that I am not. It's because I'm cool. No, I don't know why. I usually just use the Slayer Staff like when doing melee Vorkath so that I get the mage bonus, but I really don't mind just clicking on the spell. It's nice to save 1 inventory space not bringing the Slayer Staff, but that's not really making or breaking anything here. Oops. I should probably switch to Diamond Bolts as well. I definitely, I did a lot of kills with like Rune Crossbow and Dragon Crossbow and Floods recently. We got back up to the Dragon Hunter Crossbow, but I'm used to not switching my bolts till a little bit lower health. The higher your max hit with the Diamond Bolts, the higher health that you can switch to them. So if your max hits in like the 30s, then you don't want to be switching to Ruby Bolts as soon as if your max hit was in like the 70s. Once the Ruby Bolt procs are doing too low damage is when you switch over. They do damage based on how much health Vorkath has remaining. Or whatever it's hitting. In this case, Vorkath. So the higher you can hit without them, the sooner you can switch away from them. While they can hit hundreds, though. There's nothing that beats them. Even though, like, the 60 pluses, though, 67 into a 63 into a re for a 93. My goodness. I'm gonna step on the acid there. Oops. You'll notice it healed him for 9 health as well. Anytime you step on the acid, whatever damage it did to you, it heals Vorkath. At 71 though, dude. Oh my god. Can you KO it right here? Dude. What was that kill time, bro? 51 seconds. Wow, that was nice. That was pretty good. It's pretty good. Do that more often. Scaly hide. I just embarrassed. The scaly hide's it's nice for Iron Men though. Bro, not having to like pick up your secondary resource for the herb just makes sense to me. I feel like if the design for an item that is used in a lot of cases is just to pick up that item as it spawns on the ground, like hop whirls to pick it up, is definitely weaker than having a way to collect it through a boss or like resource gathering. That was a really good start for this fight as well. There we go. So that the 58, definitely time for diamond bolts. Did you do it in like 3 hits? We might do better than 51 seconds. We're not quite. We're getting this spawn. Still a really good kill at the moment though. Count it. Helping catch up to the 25 plus KC an hour. I think I'm on pace for like 27 for this hour. The Envy space. Doing that. Having to bank all this money has really been a problem. Please, you're slowing down though. Hold on. There we go. For what? Let's go ahead and sip and eat combo. Drop a couple of things. 2 scaly hides in there. Chill, dude. Can we try again? Alright, so definitely past halfway time-wise. We're at 15 kills. So we're not on pace for the 30 an hour, which is a pretty filthy hour overall. To get 30. 27, 28 would be kind of nice. I think for the floods, whoops, floods worsens the name of the alt account that I do the budget money making videos on. I think for the floods range Vorkath video, it was 1,080 kills is how many I did. Sorry, I'm distracted by the little 420 on Vorkath's head from the blue dragon hide price. I'm like, what am I looking at, dude? Oh, I don't even know. If I was doing even 20 kills an hour, would be 54 hours, 1080. That's not too bad. It was probably somewhat close to that. I was a little under 20 when starting, but once we get to the Dragon Hunter Crossbow, you're going a little harder than that. It's a pretty good weapon. It wasn't this insanely good when it first came out. It did get a buff not too long after it came out, I don't think. It might have been a little bit. Yeah, because I think it got the buff after Vorkath came out. I think they were disappointed that it wasn't insanely good at Vorkath, so they buffed it pretty hard. Just at dragons in general, because like that made a difference for Olm's head as well. Hydra would eventually come out. Queen Black Dragon. Wait a minute. What have you got for me, Dad? Dragon Longsword and a tooth half of key. Now we are talking. Envy space is alright. Let's go ahead and try another. Let's get that 5-kill trip, dude. I want it. I need it. About to be out of anti-venom. Just, you know, get an under 1-minute kill, please. Even with Rune Crossbow, I think I probably got a couple of 1-kill trips just struggling a time or two. It was usually like 1 or 2 kills per trip, and then getting to the Dragon Crossbow is pretty quick because it's pretty inexpensive. So, like, even if you're rocking very minimum gear and you're getting only 1 or 2 kills per trip, you're, like, still learning, so you're just getting hit by a lot of attacks, maybe dying a couple times, like, it's alright. Vorkath makes up for the money very easily. Vorkath's rough for, like, if you wanted to grind out, like, T-bow money, it just takes so long at a boss like Vorkath. But you could also, like, triple your bank if you don't have that much money yet. You don't need that much to kill it, and he does make consistent, like, mills per hour still. Gonna need more of these cooked cannonbons. There you go. Don't get meleeed, Stoop. I'll switch to diamond. Got any of them acid phases? Oops, turn that prayer on, son. Go ahead and combo. Oh no. Venomed. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Dragon plate skirt? The Wrath talisman in there, dude. That's crazy. Worth more than the Cannonbon. Send it. Five kill trip, a little bit better. Probably got like 3 more trips in us. There we go. And organize the envy on the way. Not bad, not bad. The potion storage, it's mainly that now that I'm used to, like, when looting, just putting basically everything away, even my remaining sips of potions. Like, don't click on those until you open up the potion storage. So I just keep getting remnants of potions in my loot tab. Not that I normally would have put my potions in my loot tab, but since I already in my potions tab had like 1 dose divine rangings, like, you know, all the trash like leftover, those would just automatically get placed in there. Now, if I don't have potion storage open, it gets messed up, and that's just me not being used to it. It's not like the designs, that shit. I guess I could see it could automatically. There'd have to be a toggle for it. If it automatically just put in, like, if I put a potion into my actual bank, that it just puts it into the potion storage if I already had doses in there. But if for some reason I wanted to actually bank it and it was doing that automatically, like, I would need a toggle option as well. That's fine. I see no problem with this. Tanking a little damage there. I see a problem now. Healed him up for 18, then hit a 20. Not really going anywhere, are we, buddy? Yeah, so this phase damage is cut in half, so when you see hitting like even like a 25 up to a 30, you know, ooh, that's 71, you know that it was a pretty thick hit. Go ahead and do some diamond bolts. This would be a good time for Skeletal Visage, my friend. Or not. We try again. When I sent my Vorkath camping trip, however many years back, where I got the majority of my Vorkath kills, it was a pretty good chunk of my money on the way to T-bow grind, ironically. I'm like, don't grind out a T-bow here, or just do part of it here. This was one of many things. It was like this, Venenatus, Chambies, like Armadillo were all very good to me for a while. But it was right around the time I moved in with a few friends. But I had a couple of roommates that didn't know what RuneScape was. But they know that I was streaming RuneScape. So they would like, and it's not like I kept it a secret from them. They thought I was pretty cool. They didn't think I was cool, excuse me. They thought it was cool that I was streaming. We had another friend in the house who streamed as well, actually. But they didn't really know anything about RuneScape, so of course, like I told them the link to my stream when they asked, like, "Oh, you stream? Like, what's your channel?" Like, I showed them the channel, and it was like 3 weeks after moving in, because I had been doing only Vorkath. Finally, one of them had asked, like, "So when you stream, why do you only fight that one dragon?" I was like, yeah, that's RuneScape. I'm just trying to grind out like a pretty rare drop from it. I was mostly trying to just get the consistent money as well. I did end up getting the pet and then still wanting to green log it. But like, they were like, why do you do anything else? Like, is there anything else to fight? Like, certainly there is. GG's. Lots of D-hide coming in hot. Send again. So no head. 19 KC at the moment. We're like maybe 3/4 of the way through, almost. We've ended up dropping enough food. It could be the case that I could go for Elite Void with this setup instead of Masori. Oh well, not if you mess up, dude. Not if you take more damage than you need to. Could be part of the reason that I have as much extra food as I do is the Masori. That definitely helps with magic hits. Kind of walking the line of like getting as much damage as you can, but not having to bank early because of running out of food. The limit to your trip should be inventory space. Not because you didn't have enough space to bring enough food, because you don't have enough space to bring your stuff back. Bring back all that money. Suffering from success out here, dude. Put on the diamond bolts, fool. I think just about every fight I put on the diamond bolts a bit late. Around 300 health would be nice. Ooh, diamond bolt proc for a 15. You disappoint me. The 71 does not disappoint me. Ooh, head! Nice, I should have said so no visage instead of so no head. Kind of messed that up, didn't I? Head! So head? Cool beans? Did we try again? I would like to get more hundos. I guess it's too late in this one. It's gonna be under 500 health. Got any rees? Whoa. He didn't like that. I do have my game sounds off. Well, I have them on, but you guys can't hear them. Wait a minute. Yes, you can. Never mind. No, never mind, you can't. I'm getting asked backwards if I'm on stream or the hour of video. I know that if you look at my report button, it says that it's 2:55 p.m., but that does currently show me Cambridge time, and I don't live in Cambridge. So it's a little weird time, filming-wise, at the moment that I'm getting lost. You guys don't hear the game sounds. Either way, turning on your game sounds for Vorkath's acid phase and hearing those fireballs can be really nice for timing it as well. Getting used to tick timing. It's 100 ticks per minute in RuneScape, so it's every 0.6 seconds that like stuff happens. Getting used to the rhythm of like one action per tick, or one action every other tick, or maybe 2 actions in 1 tick. Just kind of getting the rhythm of it can be massive for all sorts of different activities, especially a lot of high-level bossing. It's gonna be a 4-kill trip. Nah, we can get another. Plenty of food, don't get me wrong. Oops. Turn your prayer back on, Stoop. I think we might be on pace that next trip is the last trip. If not, we're on pace for a 30 kill hour. Oh no. There's where having the, well, that was convenient. There's where having the Slayer staff could have been nice. I just misclicked my Crumble Undead. Me, personally, I'm willing to eat that and just try to do the range attack. I don't misclick it, like, too often, but there's proof that, you know, nobody's perfect, dude. Chill. We can't help you fix the mistake. If it's happening to you often, like if you're just learning the fight in general, it's probably happening more than if you've done a lot of Vorkath. And it's very worth bringing the Slayer staff as well. 'Tis an option, which is also discussed in the full Vorkath guide. I got a lot of Vorkath resources out there for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go ahead and sip that super anti-fire. Ooh. Diamond bolts, anybody? 2-hit range? 1-hit range? Thought you were gonna hit a 69 to end the fight, dude. Vorkath regens health, like, super quickly as well. You don't really notice it that much, but it's basically like every time you attack him, he +1 in health as well. Why? You already have so much health, dude. It's part of the reason that this ends up being a lot of XP an hour. Dude, I could almost get like a 6th kill. 4 envy spaces left. Could be, yeah, just bounce, just bounce. Like, I have the food on the ground to survive it as well. I have an open envy space and 3 foods, so I'd be able to pick up 2 superior dragon bones and the 2 items he drops. So he's gonna drop like 6 rune kite shields if I do that. Send it. That was a pretty good trip. I hear somebody leveling up here at Castle Wars. GG's, boys. Ocean storage. For what? Oh, potion storage just opens up over the tab that you're in as well. So if you just open potion storage, I'm learning this right now. If I'm putting all my loot in this tab, if I were to just open potion storage while being on that tab, then I can just click on everything, including my loot. And the potions go in here, the loot goes in the loot tab. Oh. Alright, anyways. Divine, Anti-Venom, Extended, Super Anti-Fire. The Super restores 1 more Manta Ray and Garambons. Get out of here. I think this will be last trip. Even if it's a 4-kill trip, puts me at 26 kills. I was saying like maybe 27 or 28 in the hour. So I don't think we're squeezing in 2 more full trips for sure. Russian though. You have one last chance, Vorkath, to help me out. I'll have one more Vorkath video after this because of the budget Vorkath with melee gear. But I'll be doing that on Floods Worsen. Which means I may not be back for Vorkath kills in the main for a little while. Which does mean this is your last chance, Vorkath, please. Skeletal Visage. It's a pretty rare drop. It's alright. In general, the uniques are very rare. It's kind of ironic that Vorkath, he actually does have very rare uniques. So he's one of the super consistent bosses. Like, he still has those, like, quote-unquote big-ticket item, like, pretty rare drops. It's just his regular drops are so good. And then the big-ticket items like Skeletal Visage, plus 17 mil, but very rare, like 1 in 5,000, I think, for each drop. So maybe it's a 1 in 2.5k, whatever. It's still thousands of kills each. Doesn't average too much GP per kill. It's like Vorkath, known for being good money because of his super consistent drops and not having to rely on getting the rare drop. Like, he also has rare drops, they're really rare. It takes a lot of Vorkath kills to see any uniques, other than Vorkath's head. Or RNG moments. I mean, you can get shit on KC1, but on average. Like the Dragon Bone necklace, 1 in 1,000. It's like the common one, or the most common one. Oops. Don't run up closer. Stay back here. I knew it. I was just about to say it too. I'm like, technically, I feel like an idiot. It's alright. I should have switched bolts anyway. It wasn't a missed hundo. Technically, like, once you KO, you use a crumble undead on the spawn. If you do it fast enough, you're gonna be able to attack Vorkath before he's actually vulnerable. So just spam clicking on Vorkath to fight him, again, is not a good idea. Because the first attack you use could get wasted. And it had just happened there with a Ruby Bolt proc. Very nice. For what? I like that though. Battle stabs and dragon bones. It's like an Iron Man's dream as well. Crafting and prayer XP. Divine ranging potion when? Divine potions are better than regular potions for being more consistent DPS. Like staying at max DPS longer is going to be just better damage over time. But if you forget to sip, let's go ahead and walk, dude. What are you doing? If you forget to sip a divine potion, like you don't notice that it went out, you're just not boosted at all for a while. At least if you boost with a regular potion, it's just slowly trickling away. So after, at like the 4.5 minute mark, you've lost 4 levels with a regular potion, whereas with a divine, you've lost none. Past the 5 minute mark, you've lost all your levels with the divine. And if you forget about that, at least with the regular ranging potion, you still have some boost for a little bit. Maybe just, you know, maybe just resip the potion. 94 though. There's something satisfying about the non-100 Ruby Bolt procs that are really close to 100. It's gonna be kind of like 76. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like the hits in the 90s. When you hit enough hundreds, it's still very satisfying to see that 100 hit splat, but you're a little more used to it. Like you have seen the hit splat. It's not as like interesting. Seeing like a 93, what the fuck was that, dude? Makes me feel like I just hit him with Darox. Switch to some diamond bolts as I Sun. Go ahead and combo. So I just clicked on the Manta Ray and the extended super anti-fire and then the Caramboan. I'm going to combo eat again. Just to, if you go regular food, then potion, then Caramboan, you can get all 3 in the same tick. I do have a video that's called like, are you eating correctly? Or something like that. It could just be called, I think it's called Combo Eating Guide, and the thumbnail says like, are you eating correctly? Do you know how to eat your food, stupid little man? Maybe not. Maybe not. $74k XP gained at 81k XP an hour. We are close. So I'm not clicking every tick while Wook's walking. And the tick that I decide not to click, I know that my character will walk an extra tile in that direction, whatever direction he's going. You kind of use that to manipulate where you're standing when you do go to attack, when trying to dodge the acid. If you have more free space on this side, then when you click that way, just like wait a sec so that your guy walks over there a little more. Or vice versa. Oops, turn on your prayer, and then he turns it off. Okay, turn your prayer on again! Diamond bolts. I'd like to see a diamond bolt proc hit like an 80. Those are kind of fun. Eh, don't you think? Whoa. Oops. Turned off the wrong prayer. We ballin'? Vorkath, I think it's time. We've waited very patiently. The whole 25 kills in. I haven't had the most insane RNG during hour of videos, which is fine. It's not really supposed to be a loot video. It kind of is. It's kind of nice to see like what an hour of that boss worth of loot is. Though that depends on the boss, because if it's a boss that the money's based off a rare drop, then most hours. Oh look, a little zombified spawn pet. If he spawns the zombified spawn like after you kill him, then it doesn't blow up, as you may have just noticed. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, this isn't like a loot video necessarily, but it is kind of cool to see how much loot you get in an hour. And I just feel like it's a bonus if there's a big drop in it. I did get, what is it? I got the Ultor Vestige from Vardorvis during an hour of video. I was using the Osmumten's Fang on Slash, which has since been nerfed, so it's now a useless hour of video, but it comes up in each of the other hour ofs because I miss it. I did get an updated, like a month ago, added the hour of Vardorvis using the Noxious Halberd. Update those a little bit. Didn't get another Ultor Vestige. Or did I? I don't know. Wait a minute. Gotta go watch. That'd be kind of wild. That'd be nice. They're like 182 mil. The Ultor ring is 182 mil. You need a Berserker ring to make it, but so it's not like pure profit, but still like 170 plus mil profit. That's, you know, a lot of money. We're closing in on last kill here. I think we're getting one more after this. Ooh, I hit a 69. The Promised Lands? The Prophecy? You're almost there, bud. Putting in work during acid phase, dude. That was a 35. Means it normally would have been a 70. Dang, did over 100 damage there during acid phase and like 4 attacks. That was really nice. Alright, so that right there is like just about an hour. It's at 26 kills. And while we're here, we'll get this one more kill. It's almost. We're out of anti-venom as well. I got enough food, we're fine. We're fine. The 26 kills in the hour, 26 in a fraction. Definitely, like, can push up to 30. Using special attack weapon could help a little bit. I think Void wouldn't be a bad call for this setup to try out, because I do seem to have a bit of extra food. So Void, I would take a little bit more damage, but I mean, it's just a little bit better DPS than what I'm wearing, though. The Missouri's close. I am Venoms for the 8 damage at the moment. Come on, guy, don't do that. Switch to those diamond bolts. Game over. Oh, another 69. Oh, another 69 Vorkath. Don't mind if I... Final loot. What? Manta Ray, Dragonstone bolt tips, dude. Okay, alright, that's pretty weak. It's alright. Let's go ahead and bounce. That's gonna do it. 83.2k XP gained at 82k XP an hour. That is 1 hour of Vorkath. Hopefully editing DAC is showing you the loot of 27 kills. Yo, that's almost 5 million loot. Clearly spent a decent amount of money on some bolts and some supplies, but there's no way it was more than like 2 mil in supplies, so that would be at least 3 mil profit. I think it's going to be more like 3.5, 4 mil if we did the math on all the supplies, but it averages out to be good money if you keep grinding out Vorkath. Now that, of course, was with max range, but again, I do have a video where I start with a budget range setup and work my way up to 100 mil with the range Vorkath, which should be linked in the description, along with a lot of other Vorkath resources. So go ahead and check those out if you guys are interested. Thank you very much for watching this 1 hour of Vorkath video, everybody. If you enjoyed, press that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Good luck on the Vorkath gains.